Why are political discussions so intense? What is creating all that energy and causing people to differ on issue after issue?
Those efforts aren't just because we're not trying to destroy our country.
It gets chaos, it gets hectic.
We like to think that we choose our positions carefully and then get emotional defending them. But there are more neuronal pathways up from the limbic system than down from the cortex. Thinking something through may therefore have little influence on our unconscious response to it. So how we feel determines our choice, and we defend that with a rationale. Even though we can name a dozen reasons for our preference, these reasons are chosen to fit our feelings. To understand why our feelings exert such control, we need to look at their purpose. Imagine you're a microscopic organism back in the depths of time. There are things you need and gravitate toward, like food and sunlight, and dangerous things you move away from, like extreme temperatures or acidity. These two aspects of survival, attraction and avoidance, are true for all species. These forces are still active today, and as humans, we call them love and fear. They are the two great emotional drivers of behavior. We are drawn to that which we love and avoid that which we fear. We choose our politics by how we feel about other people. The anger in politics is a response to our fears, and the way to reduce anger is to recognize what those fears are, both in ourselves and in others. Species behavior varies from complete independence, like spiders, to total community, like ants. Humans lie in the middle. We are drawn to independence and also attracted to community. The position we choose depends on whether we trust other people and are disposed to working with them, or whether we distrust other people and prefer independence. This is the great divide of politics. There are also downsides to both positions. For people who distrust others, there is a big problem. We are by nature a cooperative species because that increases efficiency. It is easier for two people to jointly carry two sofas up a flight of stairs than for each to carry one individually. In society, we work together indirectly through specialization, growing wheat, milling it and baking it, mining iron ore, smelting it and making machines with it, growing cotton, spinning, weaving and making clothes. All of these activities rely on each other. The farmer uses tractors, the miner eats bread, the miller wears clothes, the weaver uses sewing machines. Economic activity is often thought of in terms of competition and market forces. These mechanisms choose the most efficient ways to work. For instance, when a better way of ploughing fields is invented, it takes over. Yet, cooperation is how the products of society are actually made. We cooperate so much that we no longer see it. It becomes the water we swim in. An alien peering down from his spaceship would see a vast number of people cooperating together with very little in the way of conflict. For people who value independence and distrust others, this need to work together presents a challenge. People known personally are most trusted. Beyond that, trust lessens and lessens. This is reconciled with the need to work together by choosing the smallest possible group and distrusting people outside it. This is the basis of tribalism. It is seen in the call for smaller governments, states' rights, and opposition to the United Nations. Protection against outsiders needs walls, borders, a strong military, and strict law and order. In contrast, people who trust are open to working with the widest circle of people. There are corresponding drawbacks to community. There are bad people. there is a loss of identity and a loss of freedom. The takeaway from all this is that our political choices, how we structure society, risk being emotional more than rational. Our feelings, whether fear or empathy, can easily give rise to snap judgments that are less accurate than thinking. Anger is an expression of fear. It is an old survival drive with less use than empathy in human relations because we are far more cooperative than competitive. Although our emotions tend to dominate our responses, this doesn't have to be the case. We can learn to think before acting. Most humans are good and well-wishing. Take the attitude that people are to be trusted until shown to be otherwise. By identifying as human rather than taking sides, we can turn political arguments into discussions on the best way to live.